Deep in the heart of the Sunnyside Valley, there lived a farmer named Barnaby who took immense pride in his shimmering, golden fields of wheat. The wheat swayed gently in the warm breeze, looking like a sea of gold beneath the vast, cloudless blue sky of a perfect summer day. Barnaby, a plump man with a magnificent white beard and weathered overalls, stood at the edge of his land, wiping sweat from his brow. He had spent months tending to these crops with love, and today they looked absolutely perfect. But he wasn't the only one watching the harvest. On a nearby fence post sat Pip, a tiny sparrow with a very big personality and a tuft of feathers that looked just like a mohawk. Pip let out a series of sharp, rhythmic chirps, his oversized eyes sparkling with mischief as he signaled to his hidden friends in the trees. Suddenly, the sky darkened as a massive flock of sparrows descended like a feathered storm cloud, heading straight for Barnaby's precious golden grain. "Hey, get out of there," Barnaby hollered, frantically waving his straw hat in the air to scare the hungry little intruders away from his field. But the sparrows were quick. Every time Barnaby ran to one side, they fluttered to the other, chirping happily as they snacked on the wheat, determined to win. Barnaby spent the afternoon building a giant, scary scarecrow with jagged arms and a mean face, hoping it would do the trick. However, by the next morning, Pip had decided the scarecrow was actually a wonderful new home, building a cozy nest right inside its straw-filled hat. Barnaby grumbled and returned with a pair of shiny tin pans, clanging them together with all his might to create a deafening metallic racket. Instead of flying away, the sparrows began to hop and bob their heads, seemingly dancing to the rhythmic beat of Barnaby's frustrated clanging. The farmer collapsed onto a hay bale, exhausted. His face was red and his spirit was waning, but he had one final plan left. He spent the entire night laying out a complex netting system that covered the most delicious sections of his field with a fine, strong mesh. "Gotcha," he whispered to himself the next morning. Hiding behind a large oak tree, he watched with a smug grin, waiting for the birds to feed. Pip landed near the net, tilted his head, and gave a sharp whistle. To Barnaby's horror, a dozen birds grabbed the edge with their beaks, working in perfect harmony. The sparrows lifted the corner of the heavy net just high enough for the entire flock to sneak underneath it. Barnaby rubbed his eyes in disbelief. The sparrows were having a grand feast right under the very trap he had built to stop them. He charged forward, shouting in protest. But his foot caught on a stray piece of netting. With a surprised yelp, he tumbled onto the ground. The farmer rolled and spun, only to find himself completely wrapped up in his own sparrow-proof trap, looking like a giant, bearded blue denim cocoon. Pip hopped over and landed right on Barnaby's knee. The little bird chirped softly and dropped a single, perfect grain of wheat into Barnaby's hand. Barnaby looked at the grain, then at the cheeky bird. The absurdity of it all hit him, and a low chuckle started deep in his chest. His laughter grew louder, echoing across the valley. He realized that perhaps there was enough wheat for everyone, especially for friends as clever as Pip. As the sun set, casting a warm orange glow over the farm, Barnaby sat on his porch, finally at peace with his feathered neighbors. He held out a small bowl of seeds, and Pip sat beside him. They had reached a truce, proving that friendship is the finest harvest of all.